Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin' Hippo. Today we're going to talk about a hot topic, managed payments on eBay. This has been discussed ad nauseum lately in all of the reselling groups on Facebook, on Instagram. eBay did announce that they're going to be streamlining the way we pay for our fees. They're taking away our invoices. You should have gotten your notice recently in your messages on eBay. If you haven't seen it, check your messages on eBay. Ours came in on the 15th of February. I believe Casey said his came in a couple of days later, which would have been like the 17th or 18th. But just check through your actual messages, not the announcement section on the Seller Hub, but your actual like emails that you get on eBay. It will be in there, and it came from eBay. I'm going to share my screen with you and show you guys our message, and I'll kind of summarize it with you, and then we'll come back over here. I want to address a couple of things about managed payments, just some issues I see popping up over and over again in the groups that I want to talk about with you. I think that people seem to think that some things are unique to eBay, or that are things that only eBay is doing that are nefarious, that no one else does. So we're going to talk about those at the end. And then we will help clear up the air a little bit, I hope. Anyway, let me share my screen with you real quick so that we can look at the message. It's not very long. It's actually very brief, very quick and to the point. eBay continues to enhance the selling experience, and we have important updates for the coming weeks, plural. Simplified fees. eBay has created a simpler and more modern billing process. Hey, welcome to the 21st century, eBay. To pay your eBay fees and expenses. Beginning in late March, eBay will phase out the billing of selling fees and expenses via a monthly invoice. Instead, eBay will collect fees and other expenses such as those resulting from refunds, claims, or disputes directly from your earnings. If your earnings are not sufficient to cover these amounts, we will charge your payment method on file. An example of eBay selling fees include, but are not limited to, insertion fees, promoted listings, listing upgrades, and store subscription fees. You may find information on your fees and expenses on the reports functionality in the Payments tab in the Seller Hub. Depending on your monthly billing invoice date, you may continue to receive invoices for both March and April. You must still pay any outstanding amounts that are reflected on billing invoices that you receive during this time. Charges will not be duplicated. So as the system catches up, as all of these fees and start to catch up and are being integrated into this new system, some of those fees may not start to be pulled from your funds and will still be on the invoices. So you gotta pay those. So if they're not being pulled from your funds, they're still going to be on the invoices. They're saying they're not going to be duplicated. Keep your eyes on that. Make sure they're not. But don't avoid the invoice and don't ignore them. Make sure you're paying eBay what you owe them, because they will freeze your accounts if you owe them money. Trust me, they will. I've heard so many stories from people. Haven't ever personally experienced it, but I've heard stories from folks. I mean, and that's with anyone that you pay bills to. Pay people what you owe them, because that's what you do. And the rest of this is kind of like off topic. So basically what they're saying here is that they are joining us all in the 21st century. So just like other platforms, Poshmark, Mercari, they will be taking everything you owe them out of what you sold before they give you their profit. A lot of people are getting upset about this, and a lot of people don't like this, and they're getting angry, which I don't understand, because for years I have heard people complain the opposite way and say, why can't eBay be more like Poshmark? Why can't eBay be more like Mercari? Well, I don't understand why I have to pay an invoice. I don't understand why eBay can't just take the fees from the gross sales and then just give me my profit the way Poshmark does. That's the way Poshmark's always done it. You sell an item for this amount, eBay takes their fees, and you're given your profits. And everyone's always liked that. With eBay, it was kind of a hit or miss. Some of the stuff was taken out, and some of it was on an invoice, and it was kind of a hodgepodge mix, and people didn't like that, and they complained. Now that eBay's moving forward to doing things the way other platforms do, people don't like it. I don't know. I like it. It's cool. So now your store subscription, your insertion fees, your listing fees, your promoted listing fees, all that stuff's going to come out of your gross sales before you get your profits. And then you don't have to worry about paying an invoice every month. Of course, like that said in the message, in addition, if you have refunds, claims, and disputes, those are also going to come out. So you got to watch those. And it did say, and I see that this is where another topic of contention is coming from. If you aren't selling enough and you don't have enough funds sitting there to cover your fees, eBay is charging your alternative method on file. So if you linked a bank account, a debit or credit card, eBay is going to charge those methods. When you signed up for managed payments, you were asked to tether an alternate method, whether it was a bank account, debit, or credit card. You then agreed to terms of service. Whether you actually read those terms of service or you just scrolled past them and clicked I agree, you agreed. Hopefully you read them, but if you didn't, you still agreed. Within those terms of service, you agreed to allow eBay to take money out of that tethered alternate source of payment method on file if your funds couldn't cover what they needed money from. You agreed to it. It's in the terms of service. You said, if you need money and I can't cover it, you can take it from the bank. You said that. You agreed to it. A lot of y'all are acting shocked. A lot of y'all are acting surprised, probably because you didn't read the terms of service, but it is what it is. So moving forward, now that we all know this, they're going to start taking more stuff from your funds. They're going to start taking your store subscription, your insertion fees, your listing fees. It's no longer going to be on an invoice. It's going to all come out of your funds. You are going to have to make sure that whatever account or alternative method of payment you have linked to your managed payments on eBay is going to have funds in it enough to cover all of that and the unforeseen instances when you have returns and refunds. You have to make sure it's there. I absolutely 1000% recommend anyone that has a personal account tied to that, get it off. Get a second checking account. Don't tie your personal accounts to your business. It's super important that you get a second account just for your business. I've always said that. I think it's important to keep your funds separated. It's easier tax time. It's just smart business to keep things separate. But don't. I just wouldn't want my personal stuff attached. I've seen a lot of horror stories lately where people are getting overdraft fees because they don't have the money in the account, and they're getting mad at eBay, and they think eBay's this villain, this nefarious villain with evil intent to steal their money, which is not the case. If eBay is going to go get their fees or their refund happened or something and they went to get the funds and they're not there, you agreed to those terms of service, so they now have to go to the secondary way of getting money, which is the account that you linked, that you agreed that they could go to. And if you linked an account that doesn't have the funds in it, and then you get hit with overdraft fees, it's not eBay's responsibility to see if the funds are there when they hit it for their payments. It's your responsibility, not theirs. So if you think this is going to be an issue that you're going to run into where you're not going to have the money to cover it, or it's going to mess with your personal money, open a separate account for your business, and treat this like a business and make sure that you have money in there to cover it. It's just, eBay is not the bad guy here. They're not trying to steal your money. You agreed that they were allowed to take money out of this second backup method, and that's what they're doing. They don't have the ability nor the time, and it's not their responsibility to check each and every single one of the billions of users on eBay's second backup method to make sure that the balance is there before they take the money. That's just not eBay. eBay is not going to do that. That's up to you. So this isn't some big plot to steal everyone's money. This is money you owe them. If you don't have the funds, you said, yo, check my bank account for it, and they did. That's what you agreed to. The second thing I wanted to kind of touch upon is a lot of people are upset that managed payments take so long to come through. That's not unique to eBay either. That's not new, shocking, brand new information. That's not eBay being evil or having some big plot to steal our money either. A lot of you are familiar with Poshmark. Poshmark holds the money from a sale until the item is shipped, delivered to the buyer, and they give you positive feedback, or 3 days passes, whichever happens first. So if you sell an item and the buyer never rates it or gives you feedback on it, you wait 3 days until after tracking shows it's delivered until your money's released to you on the Poshmark platform, and then you have to transfer it to your bank, so you wait even longer. If they rate you the first day it's delivered, it'll be released to you. The Mercari does something very similar. So other selling platforms hold your funds from the sale until the buyer receives the item and tracking shows it's delivered, and then actually waits additional days after that, or until the buyer rates the item. It's not new and special to eBay. They're holding the funds until they've seen that the buyers received their item. Period. eBay is not evil for doing that. Everyone does that. And then the additional time it takes to get your money transferred to your bank, again, that's not new and special to super evil, super villain eBay. When you transfer money from PayPal to your bank, unless you're paying the additional fee for the instant transfer, you're waiting 2 to 3 days, business days. So, weekends and holidays, you're waiting even longer. But if you transfer money from PayPal to your bank, Poshmark to your bank, Mercari to your bank, you're waiting a couple of days for that money to show up in your bank. So if you sell on Poshmark, you sell an item, the money sits, the item shows up, the buyer doesn't rate you, it takes another 3 days, then Poshmark says, okay, this money's yours, then you transfer it to your bank and you wait another 3 days. So why is everyone so angry and so mad that eBay's funds sit there until your buyer gets the item, and then when you ask for it to go to your bank, it takes a couple more days to show up in your bank? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. They act like this is brand new behavior from eBay, as if eBay is the only selling app that does this, and they're not. Everyone does it. And this taking time to transfer to your bank, it just is. That's your bank. I mean, it's everywhere. It takes a couple days. So yeah, I just wanted to address those kind of just when you signed up for managed payments, you were asked to give a secondary method of payment. So make sure that that secondary method of payment is one that you are okay with eBay hitting up and taking money out of when you don't have the funds to cover your fees, your store subscriptions, all of that, or refunds. Make sure you keep money in that secondary method of payment to cover that. Make sure it's not a bank account or a credit card or anything that you care if it gets money taken out of it, or that's not going to have funds in it to cover it, that you're going to get hit with fees. Make sure you read the terms of service that you agreed to. And then just remember that the money taking a couple of days, after shipping and then being transferred to the bank is not unique to eBay. That's everybody. But the exciting news is that eBay has joined everyone else in the reselling business world and will no longer be invoicing us for some fees and not for others. Everything will be taken out of our gross sales, and then we'll be given our profits, and we won't have to worry about paying an invoice anymore. Just like Poshmark, just like Mercari, just like everyone else, all the money that we get's ours. So we have everything, all our fees and everything taken out of the gross sales, and that's our profits now. I kind of like not having to pay an invoice. All right, let me know what you think down below, guys, and make sure you check your messages for your emails that you got yours. And make sure you're checking them all the time anyway, just so you're up to date on information from eBay, so that you're up to date on the goings on. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe. Help us feed a hungry hippo. Don't forget to join our Facebook group. It's called Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. Link down below. Go be productive. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.